G'day ladies and gents and welcome to War Thunder with Mags. So today just going to do a quick video. I currently don't have my next gameplay video quite ready to go. I'm actually doing a video on this thing at the moment. I actually bit the bullet. I've had a lot of requests for this plane, so I ended up picking up the P-47M to take a look at it for you guys. But why I'm getting that plane ready, I thought I would do just a quick video because I've had a lot of requests for people asking me, do I have a press account? What's my current account status? How far am I through this game? I don't have a press account, guys, and I never will. I'm pretty critical on some of the stuff that Gaijin does. They would never give somebody like me a press account. So everything you see is on my standard account, the same type of account that you have. Everything that I have unlocked in the game is stuff that you have unlocked, or you unlock the same way that you unlock stuff. There is no press account or any sidestepping anything here. So I'm going to give you a look through my tech tree so you can see the current status that I have, how far I am through the game, and what I've done. So we'll start with the US tree. So, this is my US tree as it currently stands. As you can see, everything is completed. I actually finished the AD Skyraider just the other day. Haven't flown it yet. Haven't got around to testing it. I will be testing that soon, probably as soon as I finish the P-47M off. Actual progression through the game, as you can see, I have pretty much every fighter and most of the attackers in the game, excluding the Skyraider, spaded all the way along. This excludes the new P-51, because that thing is horrible. It really is. I'm probably going to have to spade this in arcade because it's borderline unflyable in realistic. Although that could be interesting. I haven't done an arcade video in a while, so throw this and a couple of 3.7 aircraft together and maybe do an arcade video. That could be some fun. Jet progression down here. Well, no spades, as you can see. But that's not to say that I haven't played through a lot of them. For example, if we go through and have a look through the Banshee, it's pretty much complete. Finish off that bomb pylon and I've got a spade. F9, F2, pretty much the same deal. I've got a G-suit, 20mm cannons and some ordnance to unlock. Go to the F9, F5. Yeah, same deal again. Most of these planes are, well, most of the jets that I have, excluding the bombers, the jet fighters, are around about 80 to 90% complete. F9, F2 is an interesting one. Gaijin really didn't want me to spade this plane. As you can see, I've got sort of RP on both of these pylons. When this plane was first introduced, only this pylon was available. Then Gaijin added this one, so I had to start researching it before I could complete it, and by the time I got halfway through that, they added the G-suit, which is what I'm still working on now because I haven't flown the F2. And all the other aircraft I have are sitting in similar areas. A5 is up to this point, just got some ordnance, new MGs. So yeah, about 80 to 90% complete on just about every jet in the entire US tree. The bombers are probably half done, 50% complete. And all the premiums that I have available at this time. You'll notice I don't have all of them. I don't have the XP50 or the XP55, so those that have been requesting those, that's why you haven't got videos on them. Most of these I actually picked up a long time ago. Most of these premiums I've had for a very long time. Most of you won't remember, you're probably newer players than that, but there was a time when it was before, wow, God, it was just after the BR system was introduced, I think before they increased the prices, when you could pick up most of these planes for under $10. Era 2 premiums were only a couple of bucks each. And they usually came with 2 weeks worth of premium time, and they came with enough gold to buy an additional 2 weeks worth of premium time. And it actually worked out more economical to buy a premium aircraft and spend the gold you got with it on premium time, giving you a month's worth of premium as well as a premium aircraft. It turned out cheaper to do that than it was to actually buy a month's worth of premium time. So that's why I have most of these. Just running the numbers, and I wound up with a lot of premiums. So that's my US planes, anyway. Army, not quite as advanced as my Air Forces. I actually haven't played a lot of tanks at all this patch. I've mainly been playing around Era 2, checking out what was going on with the Calliope and the M18s. I'm obviously Era 4, Era 5 not unlocked yet. It's really just a matter of time at this point. I've got the Sherman, the last Sherman over here to unlock, the M26, and then I'll be going for the M103. And I've just got to knock those two over and I'm done. M19 is already undone. I've just got to unlock it. Although, I might skip the M26 since I'm going for the M103 and unlock the M36 instead, because this will unlock the T95 as my next grind. So, regardless, I could probably knock this over in a couple of days and be in Era 5. I've just got to get around to doing it. Spades, well, not so much anywhere except the light tank line. I'm a real fan of the American light tanks. Everything else I just sort of play as it comes. Tanks, as you would have noticed by the channel, is not my primary focus. So, we'll go to the German tree next, and as you can see, once again, everything unlocked. Few spades on this one, ME 262 A1A is done. 162 was actually the first jet I ever spaded. 229 I spaded before it even got its new flight model. Loved that thing. And I finished off the A1U4 as well. Still yet to finish off the Arado. Really need to work on that. I'm going to probably be skipping German aircraft over the next couple of weeks. I've had a lot of German up, but that one is probably going to be an exception. I'm really enjoying flying the C3 at the moment, as you can see. Spade on the CL13. The German tree isn't as advanced as I would like it to be. The problem with the German tree is there are just so many aircraft to get through. The bomber attacker lines in particular are just taking forever for me to grind through. These are planes that I fly when I'm in a mood to do so, but most of the time I'll be in fighters, and that makes this slow. Do 217s need to be worked over here. They shouldn't take too long. I've really got around to finishing off the G10, and the G14 is the only one that's missing here. G6 is spaded near the G14, the G10. I need the D9 and the D12 done. The D12 hasn't been touched despite me having this plane for nearly 2 years, mainly because, well, it's always flown like a D13 with a with machine cannon 108, and honestly I prefer the 320mm on the D13, but I will get to that. D9's about 70% done. For those of you wondering about the TA152, because I know this plane has been heavily requested, TA152 will be on channel relatively soon. I've just been waiting to finish off all the upgrades before I put it on the channel. And as you can see, I'm almost there. I really wanted to find out whether or not its performance increased with the upgrades. Not really, but it will be soon. I will answer your request and get it on channel soon. German tanks. I'm a little bit more advanced here. I really haven't bothered with the AAA guns much, as you can see, but I'm down to the Jagdtiger and Era 5, and once I finish off the Stug 42, I'll be going back to the 10.5cm Tiger 2. Jagdtiger, I've only driven twice, I think, and this thing is a beast. I'm in love with it. It is just awesome. I actually have a video of this one, of the first time I drove it out on the Battle of Berlin event, and fired the gun 4 times, took 4 kills. It's just a monster. The only problem with that recording is I had a glitch during it, and it actually didn't record audio, so it's a silent video, but I may put it up at some point anyway. Great little tank. A couple of premiums down here. I've picked up a few for the German line. There's a few tanks that I like. The KV-1B. I've got the Command Panzer, which you've seen on channel before. The L-70. The Panzer 3N. I actually quite like this thing. I didn't like it when I first got it, but it's actually a fun little tank now. But yeah, that's really it. Once again, not too many spades in the German line, although more spades than you'll find in my American tree. A lot of interesting little tanks in here, and obviously the German tree has been in game longer. So next up we have the Russians, and, well, once again, everything is unlocked, and not quite as advanced. This is probably the least advanced tree that I actually have, and it comes down to the attacker and bomber line, because there is just so many aircraft that are identical to the one you flew before. I mean, the SB2Ms in particular. We've got the SBM2M 105, then we go up to the SB2Ms, and look at it, I got a spade 5 aircraft here in order to complete the spade series. I've managed to do 2, but these things are almost identical to one another. There's almost no difference between them, and it's the same all the way down the line. P3Es, P3s, they're PEs, they're all the same aircraft. And that really gets boring. It's hard for me to grind through here. There's a lot of aircraft that Gaijin could actually remove from the game, and it wouldn't actually change the way the game handles. I do need to spend some more time in Russian Era 4, however. The Yaks in particular, if I go through and have a look, these planes were all unlocked well over a year ago. But if I go through and have a look, still got 5 free repairs, 8 free repairs on the 9P, and what have we got here? 9 free repairs on the 9UT. I've flown that once. Had it for, actually, that would be probably approaching 2 years, and I've flown that plane once. So I really need to spend some time in Era 4 Russian fighters, and I just haven't been doing it. Jets, well, it's a much of a nutshell. I've got the LA-174 done. I'm about halfway through the IL-28. The rest of the MiG line, well, it's much like the US tree. I've got a couple of things to unlock, and I'll have the spade on the MiG-9 late done. MiG-15 Biz is almost complete. I've just got to complete the ordnance, and this one is finished as well. Russian tanks, down to Era 4 finished. I've got all of the Era 4 main fighting tanks done. I've just got the tank destroyers left to go through. I've got the ZIS U-37 over here, or the ZSU-37. SU-100, I'm finishing off now. Once it's complete, purchase that. That's my 6 tanks, and I have to make the choice between the IS-3 and the T-54. It's just taking a while to get through. I'm not a fan of driving tank destroyers, and I haven't really been spending a lot of time in Era 4 in Russia recently either, but I will be choosing one of these as my first Era 5. I just haven't made a choice yet. I'm really disappointed I never got to play the IS-3 in World of Tanks. It was one of the tanks that I wanted, but I never got. It would be great to drive it in War Thunder, but at the same time, the T-54 is a really nice looking tank, so I have to keep that in mind. Haven't decided which one I'll go for yet. Let me know in the comments which one you think I should get. So, out of the tanks, and we go to the 2 nations that don't have a tank tree. British. Now, the British tree is probably going to be the first tree that I completely spade. In fact, I almost had it done prior to patch 1.49 dropping. All the fighters are done. All the bombers have handled with, except the jet bombers. The jet bombers are about 50% done. Vampire and Venom are both spaded. Meteor Mark III is spaded, and the rest of the planes sit in an area like this. So, I got a G-suit to get on the Sea Meteor. I think I'm down to the G-suits on the 41F and the 41G. Mark 8, I think, has some ordnance to unlock and a G-suit to finish as well. So most of these are all finished. Attacker's got some work to do, but I will get to that soon enough. And I've got the 2 bombers again to spend time on, but they shouldn't be too hard. Just fly them out, blow shit up, get shot down, repeat process until I've got a spade. That'll actually be a good money grinding one on those, because they generally make more money than they lose. Not that I really need it. Oh, yes, of course. The premiums that I have in the British tree. I have almost every single one of them. I don't think I'm going to worry about getting Pelagus Spitfire or the Clipwing Mark 14 at any time in the future, but I have the Boston, the DB7, both of the D520, D521, both Boomerangs, Wirraways, Gladiators, Havocs. Yeah, I'm missing, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing 5 premiums out of the British tree, and I think I have all the rare ones. The DB7, the D521, I don't think there's any... Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. I think I've got all the rare premiums for the British as well. I'll have to double check on that. And Japanese. Once again, everything is finished. Spading on the main fighter lines is completed down to Era 3. I have some spades thrown around Era 4. KI-84 Co is done. One of the N1Ks is done. The J2M3 was spaded. I've got to respade it because they split the guns, so I had to unlock new 20mm cannons. That's almost complete. You know, one match should knock that over at this point. J7, I've played it out of its free repairs, but I really haven't progressed much on it all. Kicker, I have flown twice since unlocking it. KI-200 is nearly complete, and the R2Y2 is at various stages of completion. I actually don't think I've done any work at all on the V3. What do we got? V3... V1. No, V3 I've spent some work on. V1 I haven't. I've still got 3 repairs left on the V1. So I skipped that and went straight to the 2 and the 3. The 2 is nearly spaded. Managed to get the the Japanese bombers down to the G5N1, and then I lost the will to continue. The KI-49s almost killed me for Japanese bombers. These things are horrible. I hate them. And it was an absolute agony to put spades on both these aircraft, and Gaijin, I will strangle somebody if you ever add any more ordnance to these things, so I have to respade them again. Don't do it. G5 and the G8, you know, I hear good things about the G8 every now and again, but yeah, Japanese bombers has not done it for me. All the attacker liners, of course, have finished down to the jets. So, a little bit of work to still do here. The F-30 really haven't progressed for much since the last time it was on the channel. I haven't played it much at all, so the engine still hasn't been completed. Still got wings repair and cover to go for primary upgrades for performance, and then just work on what's left, much like all the other jets. So anyways, that is the status of all of my tech trees and where I'm up to within War Thunder. And yeah, so from in the future, if you're ever curious on where I'm up to in the planes, do I have this plane, do I not have this plane, just have a quick refer back to this video and you'll be able to see whether or not I have it. If it's a plane that's in tree, I likely do, unless it's a new addition to the game. As for premiums, it's unlikely I'm going to add too many new premiums in the future. Basically, I don't really need them, unless there's something that's either very interesting for content for the channel, or it's something that's heavily requested that you guys want me to check out. I'm probably not going to grab any at this point, because I simply don't need them for grinding or money earning at this point. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.